Happy holidays, everybody. Today we are looking at the Star Wars Black Series Holiday Edition Ewok. Now, this guy was a Pulse exclusive and is a straight repaint, and I'm totally cool with that. This was a day one buy for me. As you know, anybody that's watched my channel knows I just absolutely love the Ewoks, and the Black Series Ewoks are fantastic. I've loved all the ones that I've got so far, which is two, because I'm missing Tebow because I blew it. As I've said before, I didn't get Tebow because I said I'm not getting the Black Series Ewoks until I see Wicket. So I passed on Tebow and missed out on him, but I'll get him. I'll get him one day. But Wicket and Paplu are awesome. This is a straight repaint of Paplu, just with the addition of a holiday porg, a white porg, and then a little treasure chest down in the bottom there. The Holiday Edition Ewok. Here he is. He's awesome. Let's take a look at the box. So we get this Black Series box, which looks familiar, but it is, very different. The Holiday Edition figures all come in very similar boxes to this. So it's got sort of snowflakes that you can see that have, there's Porg snowflake and an Ewok snowflake. I suspect that the other holiday versions have similarly unique snowflakes. There you go, Ewok Holiday Edition. There he is in the box. And there's a to and from little sort of Christmas tag on there. And then on the back, the little bio. But it's not even. It just says this is a specialty item for Christmas, basically. Bunch of legalese down on the bottom there. More on the very bottom. A nice bow on the side. So it's just festive, front to back. This whole thing is festive. It's meant to be fun. Not everybody thinks it's fun, but that's fine. It's not for everybody. You don't have to buy it. But I did. And here he is. Let's get him out of the box. So here we have him out of the box, and he is small in height, but not in stature. This guy's awesome. You get what you would expect from a Black Series Ewok. It's the single jointed, elbows, knees, a little bit of articulation at the feet, rotation in the hands, and I think you could probably get, a little bit of movement out of there. You got the waist joint as well. But, this is not about articulation. This is about just sort of a cool figure, a fun, festive figure. As I said, this is just a straight repaint of Paplu. And that's fine. Now, I just realized that I think they did a Wookiee in this exact same repaint. Now I'm going to have to track that guy down. The white with the blue, hands and feet and mouth, which, now I'm going to have to search the interwebs to get to kind of have a match to this guy. But, then we get the green hood. The Ewoks always have their hood, and he's got sort of a mint green highlight and some dark green as well. And the paint apps are okay. My nitpick complaint, as I said, this is a fun toy. This is a holiday edition. It's not meant to be anything too serious. But my only complaint is, since it is just sort of a straight repaint and there's not much going on here, I would have liked to have seen a wash on the green hood. Paplu had a wash on his fur and a couple more paint apps than this guy gets, just in terms of different colors. So I would have liked to have seen just the hood have a little bit of a wash. The front's not as bad because there's some painted deco and stuff like that, and there's a bit more texture. But on the back, it's just very plain green, with nothing. And even if they hadn't done, the whole back, if they had even just done a bit of a wash on the front, that would have been very, very nice and a nice addition. But as I said, a great little figure, and the holiday edition stuff, it's not for everybody, but it is for me when it's an Ewok. So I'm pretty excited to get this guy in the collection. As I mentioned, he does come with a few little items. So let's take a look at the accessories. All right, starting off with probably the most boring one. This is just a straight repaint of the Paplu spear that we got. And by repaint, I mean there's not a lot of paint on here. It's just a straight sort of green, which is interesting because on Paplu's spear, this is meant to be fur, so it's kind of painted brown with a brown wash on it, whereas this is just painted green. So I guess this is meant to be you know, tree leaves or pine needles or something like that. I'm not really sure. On the original, this part was painted as well, and it's not painted on this, but that's, again, not something that I'm going to get too hung up on. He gets the spear and it's got paint on it, whatever, it's all good. I'm fine with that. We get the holiday edition Christmas Winter Porg. This has 0 paint apps on it, which I'm a little bit disappointed by. Again, a wash or, you know, gray on the wings or something would have been nice. He's got white eyes, but that's it. There's no paint on this guy apart from that. So that's a little bit disappointing. The last accessory that he gets is this little toy chest, treasure chest. Now, this does have, you know, a couple paint apps on it. It's got a white stripe across the front there, which is kind of a weird, sloppy, sloped white stripe. Which I'm not sure if it was supposed to end or continue to the end there, but you can sort of see right on the end, it's not painted very well. Now, if this is designed to be painted badly for that stripe, they've done a very good job. The gold, on the other hand, is all painted quite well. It's quite crisp and clean. No issues there as far as the paint apps on the gold. And this does open up. And then inside there, we've got whatever we've got in there. I'm not entirely sure. This white stripe is kind of painted haphazardly as well. So I'm somewhat inclined to think that it's designed to look as though the paint is not that great. Now, this little insert thing inside is not painted at all, and it doesn't look very good. But that's okay. You know, I think the allure of this is the crate itself more so than what's inside. I may even try to figure out how to take that bit out and put something else in there. Just for fun. But I mean, that's a cool little accessory and a fun piece to decorate a diorama or sort of update your nativity scene if you've got sort of an action figure nativity scene or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good little figure. So as I said, this holiday edition Ewok is a straight repaint of the Black Series Poplu, which I very conveniently happen to have right here. And as I said, this is a great figure. I'm really, really happy with this Poplu. I'm really excited to get Ewoks in the Black Series line. This guy is a holiday edition, so they kind of skimped on it a little bit. I'll be perfectly honest. You know, like I said, the paint apps on this guy are better. And this is objectively probably a better sort of value proposition as far as what you get there. But this guy is really, really fun, and I'm very happy to have him in my collection for my Ewoks as well as for sort of just Christmas figures. Now, an interesting little side note is that with the Star Wars the Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar, however you want to sort of phrase that, on day 24, I actually got this little Lego Ewok that's almost a perfect match for this Black Series Ewok. Now, he does, of course, have the painted Christmas sweater on there. He doesn't want to focus. But color-wise, well, his hands are different. His hands are gray. Where they could have been blue to match that guy a little bit better, but I don't think that's any coincidence there. So you get the white holiday Christmas Ewok from the Black Series, and you get the white holiday Christmas Ewok from Lego as well, which is pretty cool. So very, very excited to get this guy, like I said, and I love Christmas, and I love Christmas editions of things. I don't think it's you know, well, why don't I give my final thoughts? Final thoughts on Ewok Holiday Edition from Hasbro Pulse. It's a great little figure. This is not a figure that I needed. This is not a figure that sort of completes a set. You know, we didn't see this guy on Endor, whatever. But it's fun, and the idea of getting toys that are fun is an idea that appeals to me. And if it appeals to you as well, I would strongly recommend this figure. It's a great little figure. It's executed well. You know, a couple little nitpicks for me as a, 40-something-year-old modern action figure collector is that I wish there was a couple more paint apps, like I said, on the Porg especially, and maybe on that hood. But all in all, a really, really great figure, and, well worth picking up if you're so inclined. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you don't want to miss any videos, hit the thumbs up. Until next time, happy holidays and yub nub.